Has to talk.
All right, we have some happy people here. All right, a lot of laughing and smiling and all that stuff. It's the US delegation. Arizona XPG4, Arizona Airspeed. We are bringing home a gold medal and a silver medal. And we're bringing home averages and records and all kind of stuff. I mean, you are, not me.
You are too.
Yeah, thanks. Congratulations again. So let's talk about with each other about your Slovakia experience. How was it?
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Anna Brunner.
It's been good. It's been great. We arrived a little bit early to train in the 14-foot tunnel, get a little bit more experience with what that was like. So yeah, just a lot of preparation, trying to get on this time frame too, but with the amount of preparation that we put in right before coming, we felt ready. So it's been a good experience here.
But you had in fact you had very little time at least. Nicholas, you probably know a lot because you were coaching most of the time.
No, it's they got like 3 weeks of training, and with that, they got 3 weeks of training, and with that they also posted the highest average ever in one of the slower draws. So I mean, the other draws they had a super sequence, so overall it's been a faster draw. So I think from speaking for Airspeed, especially for me, I'm very happy with their. They had a little bit of a dip yesterday on 7 and 8, but came back on the last day very hungry, and you can see it in their flying. So I'm very proud of what they produced for sure.
And it could have been always better, you know. I mean, that counts for every team. For a competitor at any time, you know, you can always do better. But the round 7 yesterday was kind of a key, not a happy key round. But what happened there? I mean, I still don't really know what happened. You did round 7, right? Everybody did round 7.
Yeah.
And then you and the other two top teams, medal contenders, were called back to repeat round 7. Does anybody know why?
Watching the live feed, I saw, because I'm timing theirs, there was a glitch. So I don't know if they were unable to score because there was a glitch or something, but there was something going on in the video from the outsider's perspective that might have been the reason for it. But anytime you have a re-jump, man, it's like, oh, we got another chance to do the same jump, we're going to do better. And then it's like, not the same energy, you don't have that same feel.
So was the glitch only for one team at some point in time, or was it for the whole round? Or
I remember some funny things happening for all of them. I think it was like one of them was even on the re-jump. You guys, the label that came up was like VFS team.
Yeah,
right?
when they were during the re-jump,
like,
I thought they were going to get 2 re-jumps because during the live feed it said check VFS and it was showing the bottom up camera through their entire re-jump, and I was like, are they going to get another one?
I was crying for you guys. I was like, man, 3 chances at the same jump.
Horrible. Terrible.
It's like Groundhog Day.
I did go back and watch the live feed because we were curious what the glitch was, because the message we received was kind of ambiguous. Like it said whatever, some kind of error, we needed to redo the jump. And as I was watching it, the top view glitched, and we didn't know if it was just for us, and then they made all 3 of the teams that were in medal contention go. But the next team that went, they only showed level view. So I don't know if something happened to them also for the top view, or if they were just showing the level view because that's what they chose to do when they were talking about it. But either way, something did happen in the video.
So I think I saw the original round 7, and it looked. And it was your own impression too that it was actually a good round for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I said, well, that's good, you know. So and then the repetition was, it's difficult to repeat a good round.
And we had by no means let our guard down, but we went to lunch, which we don't normally do. We had about a 3-hour break, so we decided we needed to fuel up a little bit, and they had lunch here. So we were in the middle of lunch when Michelle got the text that we needed to basically immediately come back. So we would not have eaten, we would not have done, really anything that we had,
And Nick and I scored the first one, even with the glitch, and they had more points on the first one than the second one.
They were in the 30s, right?
Yeah, 33 I think I got or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could have been better, and for for unfortunate circumstances, let's say it like this.
But I feel like that's always what it is, though, right? It's like, dude, round 1, I mean, I'm nervous. Round 2, round 3, and so on. You know, the first round today, round 9, I think Airspeed was a little bit more chillaxed. And you could tell on our performance a little bit, and then you know, round 10 for us, we wanted to make a point, we wanted to win that round.
You gave away round 9. Yeah.
No, but and I feel like pressure, and when you're an untrained team or when you're a younger team, you haven't gone through all the ins and outs, and you, as you go to competitions, that's why competitions are so important. You can live through these experiences and grow stronger mentally, because sometimes you encounter a situation like this where you just have to perform, you know, even though you have a full belly or whatever. And every team, you can see it. Like France, the Open French team had a little bit of a rough second day. Hayabusa had a rough first day.
Right.
And I mean, you can just go through the scoreboard and start picking out what people had. And with experience, you know, you learn how to handle every situation, and then you learn how to perform when you need to perform.
I guess that's the positive thing to underline there, you know. Like I felt for you guys, we felt for you guys, but there's a kernel of growth that comes with that experience, and it's a gift, you know. So
That's a great point. Sure is. Let's go back to round 1. I mean, I've seen a lot of meets by now, and I've seen a lot of round 1s. This round 1, I don't think I've ever seen so many brain locks and so many flaws, you know, 14 wrong direction turns, and so the round 1 plus slot switcher and block 14, was that the big obstacle? How was your round 1?
Do you guys remember that?
I think our round 1 was good. I mean, Michelle and I had 7 out of 10 jumps that were slot switchers, so.
I don't even remember round 1.
There was a round 1?
That was this morning.
I blacked out.
I think everyone was looking at a lot of different engineering on the 3s and 7.
Oh,
That
yeah,
probably
there
caused
was-
a little bit of angst in there.
I could see that.
I think also like Airspeed is no stranger to the terrible round 1, and so like
Jumping, Joey,
Yeah.
jumping.
so like we've been there, like we understand that intimately, and I think that the 2 rounds we didn't win outright, I believe, were round 1 we tied, and then round 9 we lost, but. Round 1, I think we were very happy with round 1 because it was a great springboard to a high confidence, high trust meet. Because we know what the opposite is, where you go in there and you blow a gasket on round 1, and then you're left picking up the pieces the rest of the meet. And sometimes you even walk away feeling like you didn't earn it, even when you did win, just because you started off so poorly. So we were very happy to have. Even though looking at it, I'm like, man, we could have gone a little bit faster on round 1, but I'm happy that we kept it together. And when we were looking at different engineering, we're actually looking at the alternate E, which we still want to put in training because we might have been able to squeeze an extra point out of that alternate E between us.
Yeah, and that's what we think. It's like if the SCADA would have been equal with the other engineering, where at the finish of the 3, you actually have the point just doing a 90-degree turn. You have a Mika right there. And then the shorter 14-3 build, where at the end of the 14, where you do the blind, is also quicker. And then you would have scored maybe 3 more points, and then it would have been a 30. But then again, leveraging high risk round 1
Yeah.
to a solid round 1 is kind of what we're talking about.
And some teams fell, I think, in that trap.
Yeah.
You know, they tried some engineering which might have been a little bit trickier or unusual for our teams, and then there was a lot of trouble in round 1. I can't wait to go through this again afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the boys, they united now the indoor and outdoor world champion title, right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think? I said, did they do well for that?
Michelle, speak your mind.
They did great.
Yeah, that doesn't happen that often. We had Hayabusa doing that, I think, at some point. So
Yeah, for
now-
only 8 years.
long ago.
I quickly forget.
I was happy to see
They were
that.
unbeaten until high rollers beat it, right? Oh no, we've been mixed.
Yeah.
We've been
That's
mixed,
right.
not high rollers. We've been mixed.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to you now in a while, so let's see how long that is going to last.
I find it though, looking at the French team is a younger team, but they're a lot more comfortable in the tunnel, you know. And I can also see Hayabusa is less comfortable in the tunnel because they're jumping a lot more, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, the environment in 4-way is changing, and the French team, they degraded Shamrock, but they looked a little bit more uncertain in free fall. Free fall is a whole different game, you know. And especially they being so younger, having a lot of wind tunnel time compared to skydiving, but they're young, man. They're gonna pick it up. And Hayabusa is the long game. You know, they didn't do too great in Shamrock, or they found their stride second half of the competition here. But there's nothing in these comps. It's experience to tighten up your game, to learn. You know, what matters is maybe next year in Macau in April, in China, or you know, later on this year in Norway in August, or so on. So I'm
Are
not
you going?
We're going.
Great.
But it's one of those things. I'm not. Hayabusa is going to be on point, and they're going to be there. And if you don't think so, you're underestimating them, and it's going to bite you in the butt.
More importantly, are you going to Norway?
Better start that ad now.
Yeah.
You know, one of the
Go fund me, please.
Depends on the audience.
Yeah.
one of the advantages I didn't expect to have sitting here is that when I watch both France and Belgium, I feel like I relate a lot to where they are, and like I can actually kind of project where they're going a little bit. So I don't have this feeling like they're gonna sneak up on us, you know. Like we know what they're capable of, and we know where that journey is gonna take them, and where that next spike is gonna hit them or not, you know.
So that distance will shrink to where it's a real competition and you're still winning.
It's very clear. It's very clear that some of them are learning to are going through the same competition trials that we went through in year one. You know, like we just know it all too well. You know.
Israel is going to be very, very exciting. It's going to be a very tight field. We just spoke about round one a few minutes ago, right? It's not just engineering, it's not just angles, it's not just efficiency of moves. Your confidence and trust plays such a huge piece in the game, and that's what Israel is going to come down to. They're going to be very strong. Both those teams are going to be very strong. We will be strong. We have more time behind us, but at no point can anyone relax, because in the end there's no, I mean it kind of looks magical from the outside, but pick up a shovel, start digging.
Yeah.
Whoever digs long enough wins.
There's too much time. There's too much time between now and Israel. That all the teams are going to have all the time they need to sort their stuff out.
Well, Kirk and Gary said in the recent NSL live talk, I think they said it very nicely actually, that in Israel or even here, you have to treat like every round like a whole meet.
100%.
You have to go into the round to win, like if you want to win a meet. So that, I think that will be very true the closer you get. You know, it's an interesting way how to look at that. I like that.
I mean, a big motivator for Airspeed to go to Shamrock and to go here is not only for the benefit of experience for ourselves, but it's also, you know, to be in it, because for us, a self-funded team, is very expensive to make all these trips overseas. But I think we don't take our win in Arizona for granted at all. We're like, you know, like that imposter thing. We're gonna work hard, train hard, play hard, and show up to you know, earn our wins. And I feel like Israel started already, you know, after the World Meet for us. So showing up and not just taking anything chill. And for me, myself, I was very nervous the whole meet, because, you know, it's when we do better anyways.
And France confirmed, I mean, Mathieu confirmed that France will come to the Shamrock next year now with two teams, the female team and the open team. So
That's fantastic.
yeah, so we have a Hayabusa anyway. Anyway, so today, eventually they changed the starting order, and you were where you belong to. Did it bother you tiny little, maybe a little? Did you notice that starting order here, the first day and second day had Airspeed.
For me, it was a little confusing because I was slapping the same hands for 2 days, and then I was like, I have to walk all the way over here to slap the same hands, and then walk all the way back, and you could see all four of us were like, where'd they go?
It should have been easier today because they were all right next to you today at least.
Nah, but it wasn't easy. It was confusing. It's a little change in it, but it was all good.
To me, it connects to Nick's comments about staying humble and staying hungry. The fact that we were in third place in the rotation was just a reminder. It's like, yeah, we were in third place in 2019.
Yeah.
That's the history, and that's what you got. You know, we got
yeah.
beaten round 9 because we got beaten round 9.
Yeah.
There's no, you know.
Good point. There's psychology behind that.
Like,
So
what are you gonna do?
what now? Meet is over. Vacation. Anybody saying, looking at
I train anyway on Monday.
Tatra or any? You do?
I'm going to
Okay.
Budapest for a couple of days. Joey's going to Greece.
Yeah.
To Greece.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then he's going back to Arizona, coach some team, right?
Yeah.
I'm going back to
You
New
are
York,
going
see some family.
Home and back to work.
Back to work. All right. I'm going back to work too. Anyway. Congratulations.
Ah, you beat me to it.
Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you.
Cover
very
your
much.
ears, everybody. Be careful with your ears. Cover your
Do it.
He
do
wants
it.
to. Good job.
That was a perfect finish of the.
And if you're still watching,
Can we say thank you? Can we just say thank you?
Thank you.